So, welcome again to my podcast, Ripples Hub. Welcome to the Hub, where anything and everything mental health get talked about. I'm so excited to continue on been recording ahead of time. So I have recordings ready to go every other week, once a month kind of thing. Super excited to be part of all of your lives, and hopefully making some kind of a difference, and you're excited to continue to listen on to all the new postings that I have. Never mind my arms. I'm working on it. Today my focus is going to be on professional life as minority black women, as a minority black woman myself. As I had said in my introductory recording of the podcast, I'm a mental health psychiatric provider. Been nursing for many years. Started off in the ER, loved it, got tired of the rush. Did many years in the ICU as well, back and forth, different areas in nursing. I did med surg. I also then verged into mental health, which is now my niche, focusing on women, especially minority women, like I always say. Love it. I'm really hoping to make a difference, to encourage women to take life by the bull and drive it, be in the driver's seat of their lives and not leave that up to anybody else to do. Take their wholeness, their mindset, their happiness into their own hands and be in the driver's seat of it. So professionally, I really, slowly still going on to where I want to be at. I don't think I'm there yet, but I'm still working on it, and I hope as on the journey of working on it, I can bring along a sister with me. So it's really exciting journey being a nurse, touching lives, talking to patients, inpatient, outpatients, a little different, but it's really been exciting, helping make a difference in somebody's life, giving that helping hand to somebody who really needed it at that time, being at somebody's bedside at their last moment when they are taking their last breath. It's just amazing. Sometimes gives me goosebumps. Sometimes just makes me want to just break out and cry. Not because I'm sad, but because I had so much opportunity to touch so many lives. One person, a whole family, it gives me goosebumps. I just so ready to help make a difference in people's lives, and that just gives me the drive to get out of bed every single day, especially as a black woman, and in the hospitals that I've worked in many times, you find yourself being really standing out, because many of my colleagues are Caucasians, and but I love learning from them and from my culturally same colleagues as well. So really hoping with this podcast, professionally, to be able to change women's mindset about what they're doing with their lives, where they're going, and really be hands-on with it. So professionally, I have really had, though I had a lot of exciting things going on, I also had a lot of pitfalls. I really had many times in my career over the years where I've really fallen down flat and gotten up. I'll clean my face and cry a little bit and keep it moving. But yeah, I recently had one of those moments. I'm all about embracing wholeness, wellness, all of it. And I being in this new position for a couple years, getting close to 3 years. And my whole thing is I go to work and I love it. But then there are times where especially when I'm later at work, I just miss my children. I miss my family. And then, there are times where I'll tweak my schedule and I'll just kind of, leave early. But my whole drive all that while was to be able to have my own thing happening, where I can make my own schedule, where I can meet my kids when I want to meet them, when I can be off, when I need to be off especially for their sake. Not to be off and be home and clipping my toenails or anything like that, but for their sake, to be there for my kids, to raise them, to nourish them, to be present, to be there and be present in my whole self. So, I was rejected. I'll say when I heard the news about being rejected, because some of the things I was actually doing it as though it was my company and it was not my company. Light bulb went off. I'm like, Gina, really, this is not your company. This is somebody else's company, and somebody else, dictates when you can come in and go out and when you can clock in and clock out. So that was an aha moment for me. And I said, you know what, that's it. Really, I really took a big gulp and I was like, in shock, but I had to let it go and embrace my new journey with encouragement, a lot of encouragement from my husband. Of course, he's a go-getter. He's very easy to change routes and where I'm really set in my ways, and I like to be comfortable and set in my way. But this really threw me off. I really had to catch myself and keep going. But yeah, I was rejected big time, and but I think all in all, it was good rejection, because I was giving myself some time. I'll keep buying time to be able to fully merge into my own practice, so to speak. And it just kind of, I think maybe God and somehow pushed me into it and said, this is the time and you got to do for such a time such as this. There's been so much after that, so many connections coming my way. It's just been amazing. And so professionally, I wanted to talk about professional rejections at Black women, especially Black women, trying to blend family, especially we as immigrant, capital letter, immigrant. You come here, you have your family, you're raising, trying to do the right things. Not a whole lot of support systems like grandparents, moms, aunts around to help out. It can be a little dicey, it can make you want to just quit or make you just want to be like a stay-at-home mom, but you have dreams to achieve, you have bills to pay and so on. But yeah, I wanted to touch a little bit on that, and I will talk a little more on that. This was just a little bit, had a little time. I wanted to do a little recording on this. But if you have any questions, really would love for you women out there, especially minority women, professionally, to give me your take on what has been your experiences, especially when it comes to scheduling, self-scheduling, not self-scheduling. What have you been doing to make it work for you, for your family out there, to help you cope, not be stressed, running around and bringing the stress home to your kids? What have been your experience like? Have you been rejected from work because of your work schedule, because you needed to work from home, or you needed to pick your kid early and it wasn't okay with that company? What has you been? Have you literally been burying your head in work and really, stressed out about this and can't talk about it? But this is the platform to talk about it. Let's figure it out. Let's find a way. I think for me, I've been fortunate. Somehow this worked out. I had my backup private practice to fall onto. But what are you guys out there doing if you don't have a backup? What are you going to be doing financially? It's scary. It's really scary. It can keep you up at night, give you insomnia. But yeah, let's talk about this. Bring me questions, suggestions, input, whatever you got. Did you recently quit your job because you needed to make time for your kids? Was it scary? What has been your experience? Please bring it to this platform. Let's talk about it. So I'll catch you again in the next 2 weeks to 4 weeks in my next topic. And let's get the conversation going. Thank you so much for tuning into Ripple's Hub, where everything and anything mental health gets talked about. And hopefully we're decreasing some degree of stigma. Working on it. and we'll keep working on it. All right, have a blessed weekend, blessed rest of your weeks or days, and we'll catch you later.